Welcome all. The Bhagavad Gita. Krishna told Arjuna the secret of happiness is in doing your work honestly, whatever that work may be, expecting nothing in return. And he goes on to say that this secret is nothing new. In fact, he has revealed this very truth to many in the past. Mhm. To Vivasvan, for one, who passed it on to his son Manu, who passed it on to his son Ikshvaku, who passed it further down the line. But the truth tends to get changed or lost as it passes from man to man, from generation to generation, as it needs to be retold ever so often. And that is why I reveal this truth to you again, Arjuna, because you trust me and because you are my friend. Well, this video, Krishna reveals that he is a little unusual, or we could call it Jnana Yoga. So, on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Arjun was startled at Krishna's word. What? He sputtered. How could you have told Vishwavasan anything? I know we are not very young, you could say, Krishna, but there is no way you could have been around when Vivasvana was. Krishna took a deep breath. What he was about to say was not something he expected Arjun to swallow easily. Never mind that it was the truth. Bracing himself for complete disbelief from his friend, Krishna plunged in. I have lived many lives before this one, Arjun, and so have you. The difference is that I remember what all those lives were, and you don't. I don't need to be born as a human on earth, Partha, for I am the Lord of all creatures, who is never born and will never die. But, Krishna went on, I choose time and again to take birth on earth. Arjuna stared, uncomprehending. Lord of all creatures? What in heaven's name could his friend mean? But Krishna was speaking again. The familiar, beloved voice had a different tone and timbre to it now. It sounded almost other, worldly to Arjuna's suddenly hyper-attentive ears. Krishna said, whenever righteousness dips and unrighteousness begins to rule the roost, O Bharata, I send forth myself to protect the good, to destroy the sins of the bad, and to make sure righteousness returns to the land. I come into being in age after age. Men who understand this truth about me fly joyfully from fear, desire, and anger to find a safe harbor in me. The blazing white heat of this wisdom burns away their doubts and sets them free. They never need to be born again to suffer, because you see, Partha, Krishna smile. Such men become me. So you see, Krishna admits about his, true worth, that he is the God himself. So what do we What do we learn from this? That God will find a way. So is Krishna really God? According to the Gita and according to the Hindus, absolutely. And does this God keep coming back to earth in different incarnations or avatars to restore order and goodness to society whenever unrighteousness overtakes the world? Without a doubt, says the Gita. You may or may not believe that Krishna is God or that God comes down to earth regularly to protect the good. You may believe in a different God, or you may believe in a hero who does similar things, protects the good, destroys the bad, reestablishes order in society, and inspires others to live good lives themselves. Mahatma Gandhi, for example, or Batman. Either way, though, you most likely believe in good, which most God believing people will agree is another name for God. Even though the world around us often seems packed with selfish, angry, and hateful people, most of us find it easier to admire, respect, and love someone who is good and kind and unselfish. Even though the bad guys seem to prosper, they seem to be more successful and more powerful than the good guys. Most of us would rather imitate the good guys. If only because from our own personal experience, we know that while it is often easier to be bad, we are happier and more at peace when we have been good. It isn't always easy to know what is good, though. People who believe in God read books that carry what they believe is the Word of God and follow their suggestions. Many people who don't believe in God also use these books to help them know what is the right way to live. The only difference is that they believe these words come from wise men and women, not from someone called God. Others just try to be like people who they believe are good people. Well, you can do it too. Make a list of all the people that you think are good people. Your lists could include anyone from great leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., who fought injustice not with anger and weapons, but with grace and non-violence, to the vegetable seller down the road who never forgets to smile at you, even though her arthritic knees are killing her. Next to each name, write down one or two qualities that you admire about that person and that you would like to emulate in your own life. Then start trying to actually follow the example. Every time you get really mad at someone for treating you wrong or feel like snapping at someone because you are upset about something else, pause for a moment. Take several deep breaths. Count to 10. Punch a pillow. Whatever works for you. And then think about what the people on your list would have done in a similar situation. Do the same. The Hindus believe that God isn't someone or something that lives outside of us. God, they say, lives within us. All we have to do is to connect with Him. When we do, as Krishna said to Arjuna, we actually become Him. When you follow the example of good people, you are connecting to the good that lives inside you. By and by, if you work very hard, you will become it. Why? You may even start making it to other people's good people list. Of course, although that shouldn't be the criteria, a reason that you should become good. Stretch that a bit, and you could think of inspiring leaders, small gods in human form, appearing in every age when unrighteousness is rampant, leading all of us towards the light of truth and justice. Not as far-fetched as it seems, is it? Thank you so much for listening. Do subscribe and share. Thank you.